Hello everyone, myself Bhargav from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Nagarjuna College of Engineering and Technology. Solving the real world problem is interesting today. So there are various real world problems. So the computer science is about solving those problems by using the coding techniques. So in these classes, I'll be discussing about how to solve the real world problems. An approach to solve the real world problems will be explained here. There are various techniques. I'll be guiding you the simplest technique throughout all my classes to solve the real world problems which are occurring. So we'll be discussing about the problem number 5. So problem number 5 is a daily routine problem. So there is a person, his daily routine is coded in the form of string. So what he performs, initially he uses computer. So the morning he wakes up and he'll be using the computer. So after using the computer, what he does, he'll be eating something. After eating, he is going to sleep. So this is his daily routine. So that means his daily routine is taken as a string. It is taken as a string from the user. So that is the input which we are going to get through to this problem. So they are going to give a string, so which specifies his daily routine. His daily routine always should be in this fashion. First he need to use the computer, then he need to eat something, and then he need to sleep. Suppose if he changes his order, so I need to say that his daily routine has been changed. I need to print no. If his daily routine is correct, I need to print it as yes. This is what the problem they have asked. So how they are going to give? For the computer, they are going to give, they are coding it in the form of C. For eat, E. For sleep, yes. So if I am getting any input as CES, I need to print it as yes. If I am getting in the form of CCEESS, again I need to print it as yes. This is what we need to understand, because he is using the computer. Any number of times he can use the computer. Again, he need to eat for any number of times. Again, he can sleep for any number of times. So we need to print yes only. But his daily routine order should not be changed. For example, if he is sleeping first, then he is eating, and then he is coding. So then he is using the computer, then I need to print it as no. So this is what the observation we need to make. So let us try to solve this problem. Here it works on string comparison. So the first step what we need to do is, we need to read our input. After reading the input, so the next step is we need to compute the length of the string. How do we compute the length of the string? For that we have a built-in function. We'll be computing the length of the string. After computing the length of the string, so the next process is we need to use the loop. We need to loop for all the elements of our string. So how do we loop? It is left to you. Either use while loop or use for loop. It is left to you. So you need to loop across all the elements of your string. So inside the loop, you need to compare the ASCII value of the character C with ASCII value of character E. And always you can observe, if I want to print yes, always the ASCII value of this letter should be less than the next letter. Again, the ASCII value of E is always less than ASCII value of S. In that case only we need to print it as yes. Here also same thing. So ASCII value of C is less than or equal to ASCII value of C. It is equal. So that means that is fine. ASCII value of C should be always less than ASCII value of E. ASCII value of E should be always equal to or less than E. So that means for all the comparisons, ASCII value should be either it should be less than or equal to the given number. It should be less than or equal to. It should not exceed. For example, here in this case, ASCII value of S is not less than E. It is greater than. In those cases, I need to print it as no. And this comparison should happen for all the elements. We are comparing element by element. How this comparison can be done? If you are using any loop, so inside the loop, use a condition saying that how do we get the ASCII value of any character? So ASCII value can be identified by using the function called as ORD function. ORD of string, I am considering it as yes here, and iterable variable I am taking it as I. So ASCII value of S of I should be always less than or equal to ASCII value of S of I plus 1. So why I am giving this means, so if you take a string CES, if this is the variable pointed by my iterable variable called as I, so then E will be at the position I plus 1. So if this is a variable pointed by my iterable variable I, so and this will be at the index number I plus 1. So I need to compare two consecutive elements. In those cases, I will be going with this condition. If this condition is true, I need to use some flag variable or count variable. I will be using some count variable and I will be incrementing it by 1. So why I am using the count variable? I am not printing yes means this condition should be satisfied for all the elements. So that means until the loop is completed, so it should count the number of count the number of the possible cases, whether it is less than or equal to the ASCII value of the next character or not, we need to count. After counting that, so once this portion is done, so the next one is I need to check whether my count is equal to n minus 1 or not. For example, if my string length is 3, so how many comparisons we'll do? We'll be making 2 comparisons. If my string length is 5, how many comparisons we'll make? We'll make 4 comparisons. Why we will be making one less comparison means, so let me give you an example. CES we have, right? For example, these 2 elements are compared. How many comparisons I get? 1 comparison I'll be getting. So again, these 2 elements are compared. I'll get 1 more comparison. My count value becomes 2. With respect to S, I don't have any element to compare, so I cannot compare here. So total number of comparisons will be 2. With respect to CES, my string length is 3. Total number of comparisons are 2. So that's how we are going to compare the elements and we are going to count. So again, in the next case, I am going to check if my count value is equal to n minus 1, string length minus 1. So then I am going to print it as yes, or else I need to print it as no. And while comparing in the for loop or while looping in the across the string, you need to take care of this termination condition because your loop should start at C and it should end at E itself, because it should not go till S. If you go till S, if your I is pointing to the S, you don't have I plus 1 element to compare. So that means you need to be careful about the termination condition. If you are using any range or something inside the for loop, you need to terminate it at n minus 1, not at n position. So that is what I wanted to clarify. So quite simple, please try to solve this. So this will be an easiest one. Thank you.